nothing short of a miracle, and you would feel the same exact way if this was your child. Ellis is a resilient little boy who just turned 3 last week. Doctors found a tumor near his brain when he was less than a year old. He just went through surgery a couple of weeks ago. Ellis was having 10 seizures the day before that surgery. He's now down to 0 at his 3rd birthday party. But it was a long road to get to this point. I spoke to his parents, Nicole and Kyle. They said they noticed something was wrong pretty early on.
I think the first time I noticed something was when he was about 6 months old. He would kind of give a scare-off type glare, and we couldn't break that at all, and that happened a couple times. And after the 2nd or 3rd time, I was uncomfortable with that happening, and that's when we ended up contacting our pediatrician.
That was pretty scary. We're glad where we are now, but in the beginning we just didn't know that something so major was going on in his little world, in his head.
Well, after the visit with their pediatrician, they took him to a neurologist, and that's where they picked up the seizure activity in his brain. A follow-up visit with a pediatric neurologist is when they found out about the brain tumor. They were referred to the Cleveland Clinic in Ohio. Spent 3 days there. But after going over all the data, doctors there turned them away, saying the placement of the tumor when surgery was too risky. Ellis wasn't getting any better.
One of the side effects of his tumor is uncontrollable rage. He can't control his frustrations. And it was to the point where, as a mom, every day I was afraid to take him anywhere because I didn't know if he was going to hit someone, bite someone, scratch someone. It was uneasy for me to send him to preschool 3 days a week because he was a loose cannon.
Well, the Fries weren't going to take no for an answer, and the only cure is that surgery, and only a handful of medical centers across the country are equipped to treat this. And they were in the middle of making plans to meet with surgeons in other parts of the country when, the pandemic threw a wrench in their plans. But they stayed positive. They're no strangers to hospital visits. Kyle, Ellis's dad, is a cancer survivor. And Nicole says it's all about timing.
We knew we had to seek care here in Charlotte, and so we went with Novant, and luckily at the time Ellis needed care, a new writer ended up joining the Peds Neuro team, and we began working with Dr. Beatty, who was completely confident in helping Ellis. We began treating him with medicine, and for the time being, he remained stable on medication. We met with Dr. Kina briefly after Ellis was about 1 year old, and then we had a follow-up in January of 2020, and we met with Dr. Beatty and Dr. Kina. And that's when she gone over Ellis's MRI, and she said at this point, Ellis is on borrowed time. Medicine is not working for him. I went into panic mode, but when she offered to bring in an expert surgeon to assist her in the surgery, I knew everything was happening for a reason.
With Dr. Erin Kina. She is the pediatrician neurosurgeon at Novant Health that helped save Ellis's life. She used a procedure that few surgeons in the country are capable of doing. And thanks to the new technology at Novant, they didn't have to do open brain surgery.
Traditionally, in the early 2000s, Ellis would have been treated by a big open surgery. We make an incision on the top of his head, take off a window of bone, go under the front of the brain or through the side of the brain to get to this lesion. But what's exciting in 2020 is that we can offer him MR-guided laser interstitial therapy. And that means that with nothing more than a few millimeter incision, we can take a laser wire, less than 1 millimeter, so pinpoint accuracy, and actually use that laser to let's see. Actually able to use in this case to get the timing way down. I believe went to sleep for his MRI around 7:30, 8 a.m. in the morning, and we were done by night. Ellis went home the next day.
Boggling, to think about it, isn't it?
It's absolutely. So we took a big open surgery with a lot of side effects. and a long hospital stay down to a minimally invasive surgery, which Ellis goes home the next day, is back outside playing with his brothers and sisters.
It is fantastic news, and we're rooting for him. And well, I know the family thinks the world of you and consider you a hero in all of this. Dr. Erin Keena, I appreciate you making time. Congratulations on this.
Thank you very much.
All right, so you may be wondering how Ellis is doing today. We'll let Kyle and Nicole tell you.
Prognosis is good. He's still on his anti-CU meds, and our hope is that we'll start weaning those off soon. He's on a little bit of steroid treatment just to control any swelling that could affect his brain. But the hope is that everything keeps progressing. He's playing like a normal child. He's acting normal. He's a little slow, needs naps right now because he's still in recovery. I'm really impressed with how far he's come.
When all was said and done, and it's a miracle story. Our son is a different person now because of this surgery.
Incredible, right?